Welcome back to another famous presentation from your boy Asim Luigi. Today we're talking about the CCP being the new AAA game industry. I've got a picture here of communist China flag, glorious China. I've got a T-shirt saying "I will not eat the bugs because the bug people are cool with me." We've got me soying out over China. Let's get right into it. Now, it wouldn't be a presentation by your boy without a food analogy. Which of these two looks more appetizing? On the left, we've got some Chinese ice cream, and on the right, we've got some glorious American slop. Or at least these are the types of people making the American slop in the game industry. Which looks more appetizing? And which do you have more faith in being a good product just based off the presentation alone? This is something the modern game industry is running into as an issue is they would intentionally make the game look less appealing, more like the right image rather than the left image by making their characters more ugly. Now, the overview for today is we'll be talking about communist America, place Japan, worst Korea, and China. We've got your boy Kim Jong Un, Shinzo Abe of Nintendo, and Xi Jinping of Oblivion Studios. We've got our best game developers on the case here, and they are helping us. So, to start off, communist America. Here is where the biggest problem is. Western game studios are intentionally making their female characters, more ugly, masculine, androgynous, more jacked like men. And this is why, or the point that Eastern game studios actually care about their character designs. They make them more appealing, more attractive, and this is more better for their game because no one wants to play a game where the characters look terrible, like fat people, like your boy Asim Luigi. You know, you put me on your cover, you're gonna lose 20 copies sold at bare minimum. And what's the point of them making the female characters more ugly and unattractive and more like men? It's honestly a form of brainwashing. They are trying to normalize the idea that women look like men, which I don't know about you. I look at women outside. The average woman isn't that bad looking, at least to me. Maybe I'm a fat, desperate pig. That's a different story. Um, but point being, real women and women in games are vastly different. And what's the point of making these game characters more ugly? It's for a political reason. They want to demonize beauty as a standard and reward or give social status to those people that are more ugly and more unappealing because it's a status symbol that you can't really change. Uh, they want to give those people that will mutilate their bodies a higher social status than the beautiful people of the world. And it's just not right to do that. Uh, what and realistically, what games are coming out to be excited for from the West? We got GTA 6. What can GTA 6 do better or more innovative than GTA 5 or its predecessors? Like, what are they going to make the horse balls more realistic? I'd like to see them try. Um, and what are they going to go? What realism is good anymore? Like, if I had to do my taxes in GTA 6, Yes, that's more realistic, but is that fun? No. Borderlands 4, this one already came out. No one's really talking about it, at least in my circles. You don't really see any threads for it on V. Uh, they kind of played it safe. They rehashed the gameplay as of the predecessors, and I'm told the writing is better. Uh, I'll tell you what writing was better: seeing Randy Pitchford on Twitter or X going crazy about how people complaining about the optimization issues. I'll buy a better PC, as if like the games from 10, 15 years ago didn't look as good. Like Devil May Cry was like a game from 2019. That game looked phenomenal, and it runs pretty well now. Uh, Battlefield 6, that's a game I'm actually sort of excited for. I have hopes it'll be good. I played the beta, it was enjoyable. Though this is partially because I've been into Delta Force a lot lately. Madden 2026, that's going to be litty. And NBA, yo, I love basketball. No, I don't know who. Well, I know who buys those games. It's new kids every week. That or every time there's a new season, there's always new kids coming in buying the games to keep those franchises afloat. They don't. I bet you the people who bought the sequel or who are going to buy 2026 did not play 2025, and that's probably why EA is still afloat. Is those people that keep floating in over time. The point I want to make is all these games lack any sense of risk. They are stagnant and terrified of change. And what options exist for them to innovate and change at this point in time? Not really much you can do. They kind of like to copy paste the same mechanics from game to game. Power leveling or gear score. I think like with the Madden and NBA games are having a gotcha roll mechanics to get the best characters with the highest numbers to automatically randomly win more. None of those games are really innovating or changing anymore. They just kind of copy paste them as much as they can. Um, and they're extremely likely to nerf their character designs or their storytelling in order to make a bland and inoffensive product for the modern audience. Plays Japan. They have been making unique titles. Their movie games are more diverse or have different ideas behind them, and their character designs will honestly carry them further along than the storylines or whatnot. Yes, Danganronpa's got a large fan base, but I feel it wouldn't be as large if they made all their characters ugly, grotesque, and not appealing. You see that Junko chick? Damn, she crazy. AI Somnium, that one's more of a cult classic. Not many. That one's not really as popular, but again, the character designs are pretty good for that one. We've got other games from Japan, the Breath of the Wild from Nintendo, Pal World, and Needy Overload streamer. These games have more variety or innovation to them, and they're not worried about making their characters ugly to fit a modern audience. And because of that, they get occasional breakout hits like Pal World, like your Breath of the Wild. Unfortunately, like Nintendo has gone down the rabbit hole of copy pasting the same game genre now. Every game's got to be an open world now ever since Breath of the Wild popped off. They just really want that money. And Pal World, I highly doubt it would have been as successful if the characters or the pals, the Pokemon clones, weren't as appealing designs. Like, there's no fat ugly pals. And uh, the point is, when you have appealing characters, that's like the bare minimum standard. It helps to have appealing characters rather than making them ugly for some unnecessary reason. Unfortunately, Place Japan is kind of going down the shitter. We've got Forspoken. That one was famous for having terrible writing. That one's not as bad because was it Ella Blinsky? She's not that bad looking. But they could have done things to make her a bit more appealing. I believe I remember her having gap teeth for some reason. Ari Requiem, you've got was Ethan's daughter. She's got a bit more masculine chin going on, which indicates like I've got the step-by-step tutorial on drawing a female, and women have angular chins, like it's a sharp point. uh, we've got Lazarus, which admittedly that one was funded by Netflix, and also that's not really a game, but the point is they started adding like more ugly characters or just weird story lines. I think there's a trans character in there for some reason. Like they're trying to hit the woke checkbox, which is they're trying to get a modern audience. We've got Shinzo Abe face palming because he's disappointed. We've got Worst Korea. The character designs from the Korean games are very important. Like I doubt First Descendant would be as popular or as successful if the characters looked ugly and gross. Liza P, that has a femboy looking character that I imagine if you put me on the cover as the main character, you would sell less because no one wants a fat Luigi in their game. Sadly, you got Stellar Blade. That one got a lot of attention because of how attractive the character design was. And Nikkei, which prints money because the women are attractive. And if they didn't have the characters as attractive looking, um, they wouldn't be able to sell, and they would go out of business. So Korea acknowledges that appealing character design is important, and if the characters are not as attractive, the game this would affect the sales. And believe it or not, gaming is a majority male industry, and men tend to like women for some reason. A crazy concept, I know. Finally, we've got China. Why this is why I wanted to talk about China is I've been playing a lot of their games lately, and they've been pretty decent. Like Delta Force, it's a Battlefield clone. It's like a Battlefield 2042 clone that is just more fun and engaging. Wu Chang Fallen Feathers, that one is a Souls like. It's got really a lot of interconnected areas, too many interconnected areas to the point that it feels like Dark Souls 2 where you kind of have to run past all the enemies and stop engaging with the game because it's a bit bloated at the end or towards the end. Marvel Rivals, it's an Overwatch clone. That one I've been playing a lot as well. Plays very crisp. Surprisingly good. Did not expect it to be good. Genshin Impact, that one's world renowned at this point. It's been around for 5-10 years. Black Myth Wukong, that one I think is only successful in China, which I suppose makes sense because was a Wukong sort of a Chinese and Japanese folk story. You also got Witnessed by Deep Space, a gotcha game for women. I bet if they put me, a fat guy, in Deep Space in that game, it would not sell. And that would help illustrate the point that, hey, appealing character design matters. Uh, yeah, some of these games are gotcha games, which gambling is kind of cringe. But that doesn't matter that, like, I mean, Genshin's been around long enough that there's got to be some audience that enjoys it. In conclusion, if you're willing to nerf your character designs or storytelling to please the left wing crowd, you're making it even easier for China or other competitors to come out of nowhere and compete when they don't nerf themselves with those stupid demands. And at what point does China go from stealing and making off brand games to now they're making new and innovative games, sequels that Western studios can't really do anymore? Uh, I've got a picture here of Chang Howard from Oblivion Studios. He was my hero growing up. You know, he was captain of the chess club. And the bug people are friends. They're not food. I will not eat the bug people. And yeah, I'm not a China shill. I just want the game industry to be better. I think I finally did it. The boomer in me has figured out some of the audio issues. I've noticed a little bit of audio popping. That's a that's something new. But you know, we do it live here. I want to thank you for watching. Hit the like button, hit the subscribe button, hit the unsubscribe button, hit the comment button, hit the left button, hit the right button, hit the up button, hit the go button. Um, yeah. I recall what I wanted to say. The Silent Hill 3, I've been playing through that a little bit. The sound design in that game is incredible. Early in the game, there's a part where you hear someone stomping over your head, like in the mall section, and I'm like, I feel like I'm schizophrenic because it sounds literally like my neighbor above me, but it's not. Maybe that's not good game design. That's more of annoying game design. But I thought it was pretty cool, anyways. Other than that, I haven't made it past the mall section since I last booted it up. Yeah, I've been a bit busy with work. I just haven't had the time to record. So I'm trying to get this out sooner rather than later to start that grind machine back up.